In the unforgiving world of MMA, cage gladiators are rarely presented with a chance to rewrite history. And taking advantage of that opportunity is often even more difficult than getting it in the first place. Today we present 10 life-changing knockouts in intense rivalries that even the score. Or established sheer dominance. In April of 2002, a super fight took place between the bane of Pride's light heavyweight division, Wanderlei Silva, and a kickboxing ace turned part-time MMA practitioner, Mirko Cro Cop. For the latter, this was only the fourth bout in the new discipline, and, without a doubt, the most dangerous one. At the outset, Wanderlei managed to take the action to the ground and strike confidently on the feet. But Cro Cop's ability to negate takedown attempts paid dividends, as did his kicks.
A real good strategy.
According to the special rules, the scrap resulted in a draw, which assured the Croatian of future success. As fate would have it, Mirko and Silva would recollide 4 years later, during which both acquired a frightening reputation as the most devastating finishers in the sport. The rematch took place as part of the Pride 2006 Grand Prix semifinal, with each contestant coming off brutal annihilations of Japanese fighters.
MMA fans,
whatever Wanderlei's plan was, a crushing fiasco was certainly not part of it.
Have to be aggressive. Oh my gosh!
The Croatian superiority manifested into an early knockdown by the second minute of the battle.
Silva's does his wild punch. You can see Silva's got. Oh no! He got dropped! He got dropped!
The inevitable culmination followed shortly after.
Wanderlei's right side of his hip.
Cro Cop!
Oh no!
Cro Cop took home the Knockout of the Year award, while the Brazilian was never the same ever since.
Cro Cop!
Oh no!
You'll be hard-pressed to find a single person in MMA who has gone through as many ups and downs as Randy Couture. At the turn of the century, he had captured the baddest man on the planet laurels twice. Having lost the title yet again, the 39-year-old veteran decided to try his luck at light heavyweight. His opponent was the #1 contender, Chuck Liddell, whom the management had long wanted to see as their champion. The Iceman was supposed to clash for the belt with Tito Ortiz, who ended up outright refusing the match. Liddell, regarded as a sprawling brawler with one-punch knockout power, was on a 10-in-a-row killing spree.
Fighter as we have. Oh, big leg kick! That's it!
Low kicks. Ooh. Chuck trying to take care of business, trying to get Couture. Oh, it's a knockout! Oh,
this is where Couture came in handy to legitimize the introduction of an interim strap. However, things took an unexpected twist. Randy would relentlessly chase Chuck around the cage, mixing striking with wrestling.
I don't think Chuck likes it.
Oh, Chuck just missed the right, and Randy takes it down.
Forced back on his heels, Liddell was clearly losing boxing exchanges for 2 rounds.
Oh, and another connection.
Oh, big right hand by Randy.
Randy taking it to Chuck Liddell.
Randy Couture is winning the stand-up battle.
And after another takedown in the third,
Liddell's in danger of being knocked out.
the Iceman melted.
Is going to stop Chuck Liddell. Unbelievable.
Chuck would quickly reinvent himself and come back into the mix with flying colors.
Chuck is on the
Big John.
In their 2005 rematch for the undisputed gold, Couture applied the same heavy pressure.
Nice right hand and a left hook by Randy.
Uppercut, dirty boxing. And Liddell.
But Liddell was well prepared.
Chuck wants to do here is counterpunch.
The belt's fate was decided in just 2 minutes.
Randy might be hurt.
Yeah, Randy might be hurt. Randy trying to close in though now. And he goes down. He's down. And Chuck Liddell.
Oh, he is out.
Randy ate a left hook, tried to brawl, and paid for it.
Boom, bang, that was the shot.
The Iceman celebrated in iconic style.
Unbelievable.
The rubber match in 2006 concluded the trilogy with a violent decapitation by Chuck.
See his mouth open like that?
Oh, big left, but down goes Randy. Chuck trying to finish it.
He's out.
Having set foot in the Pride ring in the early 2000s, Quentin Jackson earned notoriety with the very first slam.
Told you, he picked him up and slam him to the ground. He's out. He's out.
Such attitude predetermined Rampage's success in the fight business. While his eccentric personality conquered the fans' hearts for years to come. In parallel with the Americans' rise, Wanderlei Silva, an avid proponent of ruthless slobber knockers, was also making history.
Right hand by...
And now they are exchanging blows. Both fighters.
Ruling the light heavyweight division with a red-hot iron fist, he stacked up a pile of bodies, including the best of the best in the organization, as well as hand-picked Japanese journeymen.
Landing the left hook and a right hand.
Rampage and the Axe Murderer initially crossed paths in the finale of the Pride Grand Prix 2003. This being the second fight that night for both, Wanderlei looked much fresher than Quentin.
Blows early.
In the middle of the first frame, the Brazilian connected with a 1-2.
A good knee.
Nice knee.
Out of my mouth, buddy.
Nice kick. Nice chopping kick.
Follows it with the left eye.
And charged to seal the deal with a creepy grin on his face.
Smiled at him right there.
He is. Wanderlei smiling at him. And that is it.
Having landed a high kick, the Axe Murderer proceeded to wield lethal knees.
Double with just a series of blows.
Just opened it up.
A follow-up meeting was scheduled for Halloween of 2004 with the promotion's belt on the line.
Jackson meets him with a smile.
Still, no amount of strenuous preparation by the American could stop Prime Silva.
All right, here we go.
In round number 2, he recreated the resolution of their previous encounter with shocking accuracy.
Middleweight tournament.
Oh my God! Quentin Jackson has been knocked out.
Wanderlei burned the horrifying image of Rampage hanging off the ropes, a perfect reminder of why the Axe Murderer received such a menacing nickname. The Brazilians' convincing victory did not end the conflict, though. 4 years later, they faced off again on the ultimate proving ground. Silva entered as a former Pride champion, while Jackson had recently lost the UFC strap.
The battle continues.
The winner got a chance to revive his career.
Page with a quick jab. Good left hand. Silva is out. It is all. Wow.
Rampage showcased his improved defense and caught the Brazilian Axe off guard with a laser-sharp left hook.
Good left hand. Silva is.
The story of personal hatred finally came to a close only in 2018, when the fighters grabbed fat paychecks in Bellator, reaffirming the notion that Father Time is undefeated.
Use that counter.
Jackson lands the jab. Right from It's on Rampage. Rampage evens the series.
In September 2014, Conor McGregor's resume included just 3 octagon appearances with 2 knockouts.
Brandon looks hurt. This could be the end. This could be it.
The counterpart, Dustin Poirier, on the other hand, was considered a seasoned, high-caliber featherweight contender.
Might be done.
Here we go.
Nevertheless, having found the opening for a left hook early into the contest, the Notorious wouldn't beat around the bush.
Hands at his hips. Having a conversation. Looking to finish the fight.
That's it. Wow. That's the real deal, ladies and gentlemen.
The fans were forced to wait for their next collision 7 long years, and a lot had changed along the way. Since moving up in weight class, Poirier has become a top-tier striker in the UFC lightweight category.
The wherewithal to clinch. Dustin Poirier.
and added an interim title to the portfolio. Conor, after capturing belts in 2 divisions, got filthy rich off a boxing endeavor and even announced retirement. So, when McGregor chose Dustin for a comeback, the fan base was expecting fireworks.
Center of the octagon, 90 seconds to go in the round.
Game, right? He's not a wrestler. We're having the wrestler.
But following the initial onslaught,
Nice left. Check hook.
the Diamond cracked the riddle of the Irishman's strategy. Having crippled Conor's leg with calf kicks by the middle of the second round,
Blind, right? Because every time you throw him,
The end of the punches.
No, man, you can't sit out here at this.
Poirier turned the adversary into a shaky target.
He's hurt. He's got to go back to the count. Oh, big left and now a right.
bad.
Oh, my God.
That's the ball.
A precise right hand moving backwards signaled the beginning of the end for McGregor, who got KO'd for the first time.
Oh, my God.
Now even, the fighters met in a rubber match half a year later.
We're going to have to go. Tonight's fight clock is
The Notorious opened with spinning kicks,
23rd.
followed by chopping leg kicks. Dustin responded with heavy boxing combinations.
Third fight.
And the action transferred to the mat.
He's got a guillotine here.
Poirier was active from top position,
But Dustin's right back on top of him.
However, the ending happened on the feet. Who knows? Maybe we'll witness another chapter of their rivalry.
My check. Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby.
By 2019, Demetrius Johnson was running out of UFC records to break. In a span of 7 years and 11 flyweight belt defenses, he'd been crushing cream-of-the-crop contenders in the stand-up.
Does everything perfect. If you
And leaving them no chance on the floor.
Lay there. Oh,
Whoa!
oh,
He threw him right into an armbar! Phenomenal!
After signing with the Asian promotion One Championship, Mighty Mouse dominantly won the Grand Prix in the 135-pound category and received a title shot in 2021. The opposing champion, Adriana Moraes, has been a mainstay in the organization for 8 years, with all the finishes coming by way of strangulation. But against Johnson, the Brazilian surprised everyone. Utilizing the size advantage, he let kicks fly.
Outside.
And the hands go.
There's almost no tell. There's no difference.
DJ threw a game plan out the window and went full throttle.
Demetrius almost walked into a high knee there, did DJ, and he got caught by Moraes. Top position now for the champion. Throws a knee on the jaw. DJ's hurt. It's good night, Irene!
There, you can see DJ.
An ill-advised exchange and a deadly knee rendered Demetrius unconscious for the first time ever.
East met Western.
A year later, Mighty Mouse got a chance for revenge. At the outset, Moraes was even more daring than before.
from DJ. Big kick.
DJ's wobbled. Is he hurt?
Yes, he is wobbled up against the...
Only by the third round, Johnson managed to seize the initiative.
DJ elbow. Followed him into it. He's a keep.
In the third round.
They're throwing, though. Oh, he caught him that time, DJ did.
Yeah, but Adriana gets in that.
Simultaneously, he would start searching for a flying knee.
Flying knee, you got it. DJ that time comes back. The wild right, another...
And after a two-way shootout in the fourth, Mighty Mouse executed a fantastic sequence.
DJ's making slightly smaller movements.
Oh, big right, DJ. They stunned him. Big knee. That's it.
DJ just made a statement. DJ just made a statement.
Demetrius Johnson.
Having landed a right hand, Johnson held back to launch a knee at the perfect moment. Even at 36, there's plenty of life in the old dog yet.
Smaller movements.
Oh, big right, DJ. They stunned him. Big knee.
Georges St. Pierre is on the Mount Rushmore of MMA for a reason, and his trilogy with Matt Hughes forever changed the course of the UFC welterweight history. They first met in 2004, when the Canadian had only 2 fights in the promotion.
This is He's still up. And St. Pierre, down he goes!
In contrast, the American powerhouse owned the most impressive slam highlight reel in the sport,
Could be the finish!
as well as 5 defenses of the belt. The same one that BJ Penn had recently took from him.
BJ's got incredible back show. He's got the choke. He's down.
In this old versus new school matchup, the interim title was on the line, and Matt wasted no time getting a takedown.
There it is! Matt Hughes.
On the mat, St. Pierre grabbed a Kimura, gifting the opponent an easy armbar.
Points. Matt Hughes like a submission, and it's all over! It's all over! Matt Hughes!
In 2006, an updated version of GSP stood across Hughes. In 5 victories in a row, the Canadian had consistently dominated on the canvas.
Oh, there we go.
Bam!
Oh.
And destroyed the opposition with ground and pound.
Pain on his face. He's in danger of being.
In the rematch, St. Pierre was stinging the rival with jabs, peppering him with kicks,
Didn't do it intentionally.
and went on the offensive closer to the bell.
And the power of Matt Hughes.
Oh, Superman punch caught him. Hughes is stumbled.
Matt Hughes is hurt.
And the round.
In the second, Matt looked lost and GSP finished the job.
Throwing a long jab of his own.
Big kick. Down goes Hughes.
Time hurt.
With the elbows. And it's over. Georges St. Pierre.
A picture-perfect head kick wobbled the ex-champion, and Dana White crowned the biggest star for years to come.
UFC welterweight.
Fast forward a year, and they clashed for the belt once more. On this occasion, St. Pierre audited Hughes in his own domain.
On one side, a possible triangle on the other.
Trying to submit Hughes.
And it's over.
In the main event of UFC 260, the best version of Francis Ngannou entered the octagon. 3 years have passed since the Cameroonian's first attempt to dispute the throne, when he found himself in deep waters versus an elite wrestler. With a shotgun of a right hand, Stipe Miocic. This time, though, the Predator was coming in with exemplary takedown defense
Very intelligent striker.
and a streak of 4 knockouts back-to-back.
Felt more confident in it. Oh, he got hurt. There for Biggie Boy. Oh!
During the same stretch, Miocic broke his own title defense record
Great shot.
I don't understand why he still does that.
and came out victorious from the trilogy with Daniel Cormier.
Oh, he's hurt. He is down.
But this contest was one-sided as it gets. Ngannou dominated the promotion's greatest titan for a full round.
Actually did the right thing on the defense. He was able to.
Oh, look at this.
The tension in the electrified air could be cut with a knife,
Fire a little bit in order to force Francis to fight.
until a heavy leather exchange put an exclamation mark on the long-awaited revenge.
Stipe back to his feet. He's another uppercut. Nice counter right from Miocic, who is now down and out. Francis Ngannou can finally call himself.
Even after eating a signature right cross from Stipe, Francis kept composure. He cracked his opponent's chin with an elegant left hook. The champion collapsed to the floor like a puppet with no strings.
To his feet. He's another uppercut. Nice counter right from Miocic.
Considering the outcome of their previous encounter, nobody expected a thriller of the year from Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman Part 2. Back in 2015, Leon got going with a left cross blended with a kick.
It did change
Edwards
down
looking very. Usman immediately in. Oh, left by
Edwards.
Usman.
Usman held his own in the stand-up
Oh, he got tagged by a hard left.
Now it is hurt.
and put on a wrestling clinic.
Clinch. Let's see if he can get it. He gets it back here. Got it. And he, both of the
Man,
trip,
so
and he gets
far.
it.
He was taking Edwards down at will, and dominated in the horizontal plane with ground and pound.
You to punch instead of throwing the hooks in, and he's landing huge shots here.
Subsequent to that contest, they won 22 bouts combined with 0 defeats, but their careers went different routes. Kamaru claimed the welterweight belt, expropriating the remnants of Tyron Woodley's fighting spirit.
He's hurt. 2 more. He's hurt. Woodley's hurt, guys. Woodley's in trouble here. Big uppercuts. The end could be close.
Then the Nigerian's finishing ability came to life, and opponents began to fall like Bitcoin.
And of all the superlatives,
Leon, once known as a prolific knockout artist before the UFC,
He's sliding in. There it is.
Really good technical performance by
had his hands turned into pillows and would rarely drop anyone.
What we really used to sort of champion this game, but it's just been...
And in the latest outing came dangerously close to losing against Nate Diaz. However, in the prologue of their 2022 sequel, Edwards switched gears, executed a trip,
Good job.
and banked the round on the canvas.
what a start.
In the second, he kept stinging Kamaru on the feet.
Leon's back to keep him from moving. With every passing moment. Oh!
In response, Usman pressed forward, putting real power behind punches, and the tide started to turn.
Really putting the pressure on him now.
Oh, nice uppercut from the champion.
Usman is something else, man.
Halfway through the scrap, the champ implemented wrestling and secured multiple takedowns.
And he gets him again, easy to
Comes back, returns, puts him back down. So even if
By the final lap, even the commentators were saying Leon was done.
If it wasn't obvious enough, Leon is broken out. And
He may have resigned himself to losing a decision.
If only they knew.
Which he is caught. I mean, that is a dejected.
At the last minute, Edwards faked a cross and fired a head kick from the launch pad.
Oh my goodness!
this is a great combination from Edwards.
Oh my goodness!
Being a gentleman, Leon abstained from follow-up shots as Kamaru was staring into the dark void.
That is a dejected.
On the verge of a rematch with Daniel Cormier in 2017, John Jones took on the unusual role of a hungry challenger. That didn't stop him from declaring that DC is nothing more than a fake champion with a tin belt around his waist.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?
Jones supported these accusations with 8 successful defenses, and the fact that he lost the crown due to problems with the law and doping, not in the cage.
Here's a nice elbow.
The 38-year-old Olympian who'd won the gold fair and square against Rumble Johnson, and defended it twice, had no desire to participate in petty squabbles.
DC, can he get him? Yep.
Daniel was dead set to put to bed all the doubts about his legitimacy as a title holder by breaking bones in the octagon. The fact that the fighters had already met 2 years earlier added fuel to the flames of hatred. Back then, a series of incidents outside the cage ended with a confident victory for Jones.
Grudge match. Look at this. Goes the distance.
But in the opening couple of rounds of the second collision, the proof of Cormier's bad intentions was in the pudding.
Wrestling from the catching those kicks at all.
He was pressuring and landing to the head and the body.
DC is seeing everything as well.
Yet, in the third, Jones displayed his genius once more by fulfilling a prediction made 2 years prior.
So don't think you're going to kick me in the head with your left leg.
He's just having a hard time reaching John. That's it. He's out.
Noticing DC's habit of leaning to the right, Bones unleashed a whipping kick from a southpaw, then mercilessly tripped the wounded victim and gave Daniel the first career knockout loss. Nonetheless, Jones's epic comeback was again overshadowed by a PED scandal that canceled the official outcome of the contest, but not its stunning magnificence. In turn, the reinstated champ Cormier decided to go big in a series of title confrontations with the heavyweight ruler, Stipe Miocic. In the first meeting, DC celebrated a grand success.
Clinches. Exactly what you gotta do.
The sequel, on the other hand, turned into a disaster. If there is an MMA fighter whose path can be called thorny, it is Michael Bisping, getting so close to the top over and over again, only to suffer defeats to the upper echelon.
There it is again!
The Brit managed to pull the golden ticket in 2016, when the middleweight top dog Luke Rockhold lost his opponent shortly before the event. The former owner of the Strikeforce belt had already faced Bisping 2 years earlier and dispatched the count with ease. He effortlessly outstruck Michael on the feet.
Whip kick to the front leg. Oh, and a head kick. Bisping's down.
Big head kick.
And just as handily finished him on the ground.
Mount position.
Bisping became another victim in Rockhold's run for the ultimate prize. Everyone and their mom thought the champion would easily deal with the annoying challenger in a rematch. At the same time, Michael proclaimed that he was going to shock the world.
I know that I'm better than this.
Sounds like the worst self-help book you've ever read. Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the fuck up. Listen.
Here we go!
For 3 minutes, the Count patiently aimed the left hook at the head of the arrogantly careless champion.
Bisping's longtime trainer, Jason Perillo.
And when he finally fired the punch of last resort, Rockhold wasn't ready for it. Dropping Luke with the left hook Larry, the Count pounced on the opportunity to snatch the crown and rushed for a finish. The referee saw enough, and Bisping made the most unexpected career comeback in the history of the sport.
See belt around his waist.
Michael! The count!
This short list is far from comprehensive, and we've got more rivalries and scintillating knockouts for you.
Time reaching jump. This is it. He's out.
If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and vote for sport.